Traveling to 26 countries this year. What have I learned? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine, back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about what have I learned just backpacking and traveling like crazy this year around the world. And this is going to be somewhat of a different video, but I thought I would just sit down and just make a video because the last couple days I've just been running around like crazy. Spent a couple days in the Sahara Desert. Now I'm back in Marrakesh, still in Morocco, having a blast. Oh man, I love Morocco. Wait for more Moroccan videos. What a great country. I love Morocco. But anyway, I want to talk about some of my experiences this year. This year has been a crazy year. This year I had this idea of traveling to at least one country every month this year, and that plan actually it fell apart like last month, because last month, the month of September, I did not go anywhere. I did not get on a plane. I stayed in San Francisco, and that was amazing. I loved San Francisco. It was great. Sometimes you just need to take a break. But so far, I've traveled to 26 countries this year, including the United States. I know some people don't include the country that you come from, but technically it is a country, and you live there, you were born there, it's still a country, so you still should include it. Wow, this year has been a crazy year. I've taken multiple trips. This is my 5th big trip. Let's just go through all the trips this year so far, and then I will let you guys know some of the things that have just have literally changed my life, and some things that I've changed in my life from all of this traveling and all the things that I've been exposed to from around the world, because there is so much that you can learn from around the world. So first off, this year, January, I wanted to go to Israel. So I went to Israel, was going to go to Turkey after Israel. I already had a flight booked, ended up staying in Israel a month because I had a blast. What an amazing country. After Israel, flew over to Amsterdam. I've been to Amsterdam so many times. Definitely know the scene in Amsterdam. Stayed in Amsterdam a couple days, went down to Belgium. And then from Belgium, went over to Paris for like, I don't know, the 5th time or something. Did not have a blast in Paris this year, but you guys know how Paris is. They say it's a city of love, but I definitely did not find love in the city of Paris. And actually, I didn't find love in any of the places I went to this year. After Paris, I went over to Barcelona. This is my first time in Spain. Spain was, it was all right. It was okay. It was raining quite a bit. And then after Spain, after surviving 3-4 days in Spain, I flew back to San Francisco I flew back to Oakland because all the cheap flights leave from Barcelona going to Oakland on Norwegian Air. So if you want to travel for the cheap, for the low, you live in the Bay Area, you should probably check out Norwegian Air, because you can go to Europe for the low, like $140, like $140, yo. So that was trip 1. Got back to the U.S. and that was cool. Stayed in this really cool Airbnb on top of Twin Peaks. This was a whole different part of San Francisco. I've never ever stayed in Twin Peaks before. Really cool. But right when I got back, I was thinking, yo, let's travel again. Let's keep this up. Like, I've found super cheap flights. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep backpacking. Let's keep traveling. Let's not stop, right? Next trip, let's go over to England. Because honestly, I went to Israel and I added so many YouTube subscribers in Israel that I thought, yo, I should probably hit up England because they speak English and I can add more YouTube subscribers. So my idea was to go over to England. Went over to England, and you know what? I was expecting that I would not like England. I was expecting that I would not like London. I went to London, and oh my gosh, what an amazing place. Everybody speaks English. The pound is actually weak this year, so if you are traveling from the US, it's cheaper than it has been previous years. I've been traveling to Europe for 10 plus years, and I've never went to England or London just because, I don't know, they speak English and it always seems expensive, and the only thing I hear is they just eat fish and chips, so let's just not go to England. But this year I went and I had a freaking blast. After England, because I just loved it so much, I went over to Poland. Poland was very interesting. Spent a couple days in Poland. It was another country. Poland has this very interesting architect because everything looks old but everything's brand new because the city was bombed like half a century ago. So Poland was a very interesting place. After Poland, I went to a very random country, Lithuania. This is really small country in the bottom of the Baltic states. Stayed there for a couple of days, and I really liked it. They have very fast internet, a very progressive vegan scene. I would have to say some attractive women. Yeah. Girls in Lithuania are pretty cute. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, right. After Lithuania, I went to Latvia. Latvia was it was a little bit different. It was more slower pace. It was definitely was a lot more going on in Latvia than it was Lithuania. And then after Latvia, I went over to Estonia, and Estonia was the place for the Baltic states. Everything was going on in Estonia. Estonia was like a little powerhouse. There was so much action going on in Estonia, and I met awesome people in Estonia. After Estonia, I took a ferry from Estonia over to Sweden. My first time ever taking a big boat like this. It wasn't really a ferry, it was more like a cruise boat. And I thought it was really, really sick. I've never ever been on a big boat like this, and off to Sweden I go. Why did I want to go to Sweden? I really wanted to go to Sweden to, check out some of the Swedish culture, and also to have vegan McDonald's, because literally McDonald's has vegan options on the menu in Sweden and Finland. However, I didn't make it to Finland. Gosh, freaking the only Nordic country that I did not travel to. Why did I not go to Finland? However, I did try Finnish Coca-Cola. If you guys don't know, Coca-Cola is very different from each different country, and I was able to try Finnish Coca-Cola without even going to Finnish, because they served Finnish Coca-Cola on the ferry boat from Estonia going over to Stockholm, Sweden. So I was able to try Finnish Coca-Cola, and Finnish Coca-Cola is probably, I believe it's my favorite Coca-Cola in the world, by the way. Okay, let's not talk about Finnish Coca-Cola, and I was off to Sweden. So in Sweden, got to try some vegan McDonald's. That was really, really cool, because honestly, I never eat McDonald's in the U.S. because I think it's poison in the U.S. After Sweden, took a flight over down to Spain. Why am I back in Spain? Remember those cheap flights going back to America? Yes. You got to go down to Spain, catch one of those $160 flights on Norwegian Air going back to America, yo. Traveling back to Oakland, I'm back in the Bay Area, and I'm just feeling good. I'm like, wow, I've been to a handful of countries this year. This is really, really cool. Let's keep this up. Let's keep this up. So now I plan the third big trip. This time I'm off to Hong Kong. From Hong Kong to Singapore. Singapore was freaking amazing. Of course, I had problems going through customs, because they were trying to figure out, what are you doing here? What are you doing here in our country? You're from the U.S. and you just have one backpack, and what are you doing? Look, man, I'm trying to go to 100 countries, and your country is just in between Thailand and in between Indonesia, and I just want to stop and check it out, see what y'all food like, see what your infrastructure is like, see how clean your city is. I just want to experience Singapore. To the whole customs situation in Singapore, I am walking around the country, and I'm like, yo, this is the dopest country I've ever been to. The cleanest country, most beautiful, stunning country. Oh my gosh, you guys got to get to Singapore. But yeah, definitely check out Singapore. It's not the cheapest place in the world, but it's also not the most expensive place in the world. I always hear backpackers say that Singapore is like crazy expensive, and when I was there, I didn't think it was the most expensive place I've ever been to, definitely. After Singapore, I went down to Bali. Bali was alright. Bali was cool. Definitely not my favorite place. I'm more of a Thailand type guy, but it was nice to experience Bali. And if I ever do go back to Southeast Asia and stay for, longer than 6 months, believe me, I would definitely go back to Bali, because as a U.S. citizen, if you want to stay in a lot of countries in Southeast Asia, you have to do visa runs, and instead of doing a visa run, I would rather just live here for 30 days, take off from Thailand, go live in Bali for 30 days, go from Bali, go to Kuala Lumpur, live there for 30 days, versus like live in Thailand and have to do these visa runs where like every 30 days you have to leave the country for like 2 days. You have to literally go to the airport, get on a flight, go somewhere else, and then come back. So that's definitely something I was thinking about doing in the future if I do want to go back to Southeast Asia. And then after Bali, I flew over to Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur, what an amazing place. I actually got to fly on business class with the flatbed seats for the first time. I actually straight up booked this flight. This was no upgrades or anything. It was $30 more than a coach flight. I've been scanning Google Flights looking for those cheap business class flights with the flatbed seats, and I'm like never finding those flights. Only in Kuala Lumpur. But it was super dope. Like, it was super cheap. That was Kuala Lumpur. After Kuala Lumpur, I went back to Bangkok for the 5th time. Thailand, if you don't know where Bangkok is. My whole plan was to stay in Bangkok for just a couple days. Okay, just a couple days. And ended up staying in Bangkok for a week because I love Bangkok so much. After Bangkok, I went over to Chiang Mai. I love Chiang Mai. One of my favorite places in Asia right now is Chiang Mai. Let's not talk about Chiang Mai too much, because I will be going back to Chiang Mai probably in January if I'm not mistaken. But after Chiang Mai, I flew back to Hong Kong, stayed there for a day. From Hong Kong, back to the U.S. Cool. That was trip number 3. Or was that trip number 4? I'm actually kind of losing. That was trip number 3. So trip number 4. Trip number 4. Let's go back to the EU. Let's go back to the UK. So trip number 4. Let's take a flight from San Francisco. Let's go over to Edinburgh, Scotland. Spent a couple days in Edinburgh, Scotland. Edinburgh was really, really awesome. Caught a flight from Edinburgh over to Belfast, Northern Ireland. Didn't know if I would like Northern Ireland or what, but I loved Northern Ireland. I love Belfast. Belfast was this like little funky city that was just really cool. Really, really cool place. Really cool. I had a blast there. Actually met tons of skateboarders, met YouTube subscribers. Belfast was awesome. After Belfast, went down to Ireland, went down to Dublin. Dublin was kind of not my favorite place, but I actually did not spend that much time in Dublin the day that I was there because I was catching a flight leaving later in that day. And then, yeah, let's talk about that flight going back to London. So now I'm back in London for the second time this year. London, just had a blast once again. Ran into tons of YouTube subscribers, especially near the Brick Lane area. Ran into so many subscribers, which was just dope to go to another country and people are like, what's up, Jermaine? Let's hang out. Let me show you this. I had one subscriber literally take me to like this like hidden smoking bar, like where like every like locals go and smoke, and you have to like go through like this door and you have to walk upstairs, you have to go to another door, and like everybody's just smoking like, you know, these hookah type things, like hookah type thing? Who really smokes hookah in London? Do people really smoke hookah in London? Yeah, they were smoking like this hookah type thing, and like everybody was just sitting around smoking this hookah type thing, and it was all this mad security to get into this building. And I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like, just use your imagination. This hookah type thing, lots of security, walking upstairs, doors, cameras. Use your imagination. What was probably going on at this place that this subscriber took me to? But it was really, really awesome, really cool. It kind of reminded me of Amsterdam a little bit. But yeah, that was London. That was the second trip. After London, let's go over to Italy. Italy quickly became my least favorite country that I ever visited anywhere in the world. I don't mean to bash any Italians. Don't mean to bash anyone from Italy. As of now, I've been traveling with a guy from Italy for about a week here in Marrakesh. And yeah, Italy definitely has some immigration problems. Everything I'm telling you guys is my experience. You being a different person, maybe you look different from me, maybe you have a different profession from me. Maybe if you go to these places, maybe you'll be treated completely different. Maybe people walk down the street and like just give you gold or something. Definitely wasn't my experience in Italy. After Italy, I went over to Switzerland, and oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I experienced culture shock. And leaving Milan, Italy, and just going over to Zurich, Switzerland, I experienced culture shock like I never experienced culture shock before. It was just insane because I remember like everyone staring at me as if I'm a criminal when I was in Milan. Like literally, everybody staring at me like everybody. It was just so uncomfortable. Like I remember just not wanting to go to a restaurant because I was alone, and like I would walk up to a restaurant and like people would just stare at me like, what is this guy doing? Like, it was just so weird. Like, I literally hated Milan. Like, that is my least favorite city on planet Earth, yo. I do not recommend anyone ever to go there unless you are the right shade of, I don't know. You really like fashion and you really like Milan. I don't know. Just go there if you want, but I'm just telling you my experience. I hated it. Once I got over to Switzerland, I literally wanted to cry because no one was staring at me as if I'm a criminal. No one was like giving me looks like, oh my gosh, are you about to rob me? You know, like no one's giving me any of those looks. Like it's completely different. And I thought that was like mind blowing. Because so many people in the world will never ever experience that. They won't experience that like I did. They just won't. And yeah, after that I went back to Italy, hung out with an Italian that I met in Colombia. It's always great to link up with people that you've met in other parts of the world because you can catch up on conversation, you can catch up on where you've been traveling to, and they can possibly show you their country in a way that you couldn't see their country. And then after Italy, I flew back to the US. So now, I'm back in the US, and this is when I'm starting to notice how much I've really changed, okay? Because this year I've just been traveling back and forth to the US, and I'm very, very thankful to be able to travel and to do the things that I do. But then once I get back to the US, I feel very, very empty. Now, I haven't talked about the fifth trip because the fifth trip is now. I'll talk about it in a second. But When I'm back in the US, I feel as if I don't want to do any of the normal things that I would normally do. And what I mean by that is, like the first time this year after Israel, I came back to the US. I just did everything that I would normally do. The second time, I did everything I would normally do. Go eat the same foods, go to the same restaurants, go drink at bars, get wasted, and don't talk about it on camera. That's what I would do. And then on this trip coming back, it was very different. It was very different. It was to the point where I found myself not going to my favorite falafel restaurants anymore. Like, literally. Maybe I got to a point where I've been eating so many different foods that I just don't want to eat the same foods anymore. I don't know what it is, but I'm saying to myself, like, I don't even want to go. Let's just make food at the house. And I'm the type of person that always likes to go out and eat, and I never like to cook. But I found myself like cooking, okay? Because I look at the price and I'm like, $15 for this? Like, I don't even want to pay $15 for lunch. I would rather just cook something. That's one thing I've noticed. The way I eat has kind of changed. I've noticed that whenever I'm in the U.S., I consume a lot of sodium. When I'm outside the U.S., I notice that a lot of the foods that I eat don't have like much sodium at all. For example, just take something very basic as Roman noodles. When I was in England, I remember just getting Roman noodles, and it wasn't the same as the Roman noodles you would get in the U.S. The Roman noodles in the U.S. would be so incredibly salty, okay? In the UK, it wasn't like that at all. Wasn't like that at all. It was still salty, but nowhere as salty as what you would find in the US. So after like being outside of the US all this year, and I'm just eating different foods, I'm thinking to myself, no, I kind of want to change my diet. Like, I don't want to eat fried foods all the time. I don't want to eat deep fried falafels all the time. I don't want to eat this freaking salty crap all the time. So I found myself cooking more. Another thing I've noticed, just traveling around this year, I've noticed that in Europe, you see so many iPhone 5s. Only in certain countries you start to see a lot of iPhone 10s. You see a lot of iPhone 10s in Switzerland, Norway, England. But in other parts of Europe, I noticed so many iPhone 5s. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, this is really smart. Like, you don't necessarily need to go buy a brand new phone. iPhones last a really long time, and right as I'm thinking this, right as I'm noticing, wow, like, everybody in the US has like an iPhone 8 and up. Like, when I'm in San Francisco, I notice so many iPhone 10s, and I'm thinking to myself, do I actually need to get a new iPhone 10? Because the new iPhone XR, the new iPhone XX, or the new, I don't even freaking know what they call them now. That new iPhone just came out, and I was thinking, right now I have the iPhone 7 and I have the iPhone 6S. They both work great. They both work fine. Of course, the camera is not as good as like an iPhone 10 camera, but at the same time, I just bought a new GoPro, so how many more cameras do I need? And I'm backpacking, so I don't want more weight, but I guess a camera doesn't really weigh, I guess a phone doesn't really weigh that much. So I'm thinking to myself, dude, I don't need to buy a new freaking phone, I could have easily bought one I could have just easily bought a new phone, but I'm thinking I just don't need one. Like, let's just keep using this one. Little things like this, I'm like literally picking up from, and I noticed that when I'm back, I somewhat have a hard time like connecting with people, because it's weird. Like, I've been out traveling and I have so many crazy experiences that have happened, and for someone who has been back home and haven't traveled, they just can't even begin to imagine what life is like outside of the U.S. I've just noticed a lot of just unusual things like this, and my dating life is like really taken a big hit. I actually thought it would be cool to travel, and I thought it would be cool because I could possibly meet someone along the way that likes to do the same things that I do. But typically, when I'm out traveling, I never meet anyone that I like, which is kind of a bummer. And when I'm back in the U.S., when I'm back in San Francisco, literally I go on like the worst dates like ever, like literally the worst. And I'm trying to figure out, is this because like I don't really have roots anywhere? Is this because like I travel so much and I go here and then I take off and I leave? Like, when you stay in one place, you build up a community, you build up roots. But when you're always moving around, it's like a tree. the tree has roots, and you take the tree and you pull the tree out of the ground and you plant it somewhere else. Like it's not gonna grow like the same as if you just leave it in one spot and just let it grow. I kind of feel like, but this is kind of what I'm running into. I'm kind of like a tree that's being pulled up. It's really hard to like really meet like friends, like to like long-term friends, because I'm always like doing something. I'm always in a different place. This is one of the drawbacks that I figured out. I'm actually thinking about what to do next year. Do I want to continue to travel all next year, or do I want to just stay in the U.S. and come up with some other plan for next year? This is something I've been thinking about for the past couple of days. It's really easy to it's really easy to keep traveling, but then it's also really easy to keep traveling and to sort of get lost. I meet a lot of travelers, and some travelers, they kind of like, they've been traveling for so long, they're kind of like lost. And one reason why I've been going back and forth to the U.S. so much is I don't want to feel that way, you know? I don't. But then I kind of already feel that way. But that's a couple of things. But let's talk about this trip number 5. Because I want to wrap this video up. This video is getting long. And look at this sunset. Not sunset, but look at this awesome sunrise over here. I got to go out and explore Marrakesh because this is my first night here. My first night in Marrakesh. So trip number 5. I really want to go to Morocco because so many YouTubers were just bashing me and saying, you don't go to Africa, you only want to go to white countries, you only want to be around white people. I don't know where people get this stuff from. Most of these people that say this are people that don't even have a passport, they've never even left the US, and they probably know very little about traveling. But this year, main event was Morocco. Instead of just flying to Spain, Barcelona, like I always do, and then catching a flight from Barcelona down to Morocco, or just taking a boat from Spain to Morocco, I thought of, let's go to more white countries, right? Let's go piss off some of those, pro-black people. So this trip I went to Copenhagen, Denmark, and had a blast in Copenhagen. Copenhagen is a very bike-friendly place. It's a very techie place. Very expensive, by the way. After Copenhagen, I thought about taking another cruise boat. Let's go over to Oslo. Went to Oslo. Oslo was freaking fun. Oslo was expensive. Expensive places tend to be places I really, really like Zurich, like Singapore. Yeah, expensive places. I love expensive places. After Zurich, I went down to Portugal. Vlogged all the way going to Portugal. Vlogged in Portugal, but I don't know what happened to the footage. The footage is like, it was gone. The next day I went from Portugal down to Morocco. So now I'm in Morocco and I'm having a blast here in Morocco. And thought I would talk about some of the things I learned, and thought I would talk about the journey that I've been on this year. And this year is not done. As the making of this video, what time is it? What's the date? The date is Wednesday, October 17th. So I still have like 80 days left in this month to keep traveling. In the middle of the year, I had this plan of just going to 40 countries this year. Don't exactly know if that'll happen. I probably will hit a total of 50 countries total. Like I say, as of this year, I've been to 26 countries, but countries total that I've been to is 43, and 44 will be coming up like very, very soon, in like a couple of days. But this video will be out way before then. But anyway, I just wanted to make a video just talking about some of the things that I've experienced this year, some of the places that I've been, and some of the things that I've learned and how I've grown. And later at the end of this year, hopefully I will make another video talking about, what have I learned from traveling to 40 countries this year, or 35, or however many countries I hit this year. But anyway, wanted to wrap this video up. It's the gorgeous morning, and looks like we are getting ready to have some breakfast here in Marrakesh. And you guys know what breakfast is in Morocco? Breakfast is just bread. It's just bread, and it's just bread. When you come to Morocco, get ready to eat a lot of bread, because I've been eating so much bread, and drinking so much Coca-Cola, and that's just how we get down. That's how we do it. And check out this beautiful place. And anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo. Keep traveling. Travel life.